I'm Karin, the copywriter at Adore Beauty, and today we're going to be talking about hair loss and my journey with it. Stay tuned to the end of the video to learn about all the do's and don'ts that I've learned about hair loss. So I started noticing hair shedding when I was 25 years old. I thought at the time that, it was just a phase I was going through. Who had ever heard of a 25-year-old losing their hair? I certainly hadn't. Fast forward a few years to I was 28. And I was lying in my partner's lap as we're watching TV. And he just very nicely said, babe, maybe you should go see someone about your hair. And as you do, you just run to the bathroom, get the mirrors out, and at the back of my head was my crowning scalp. Hair might not seem like a big deal to a lot of people, but in reality, it does mean a lot. On TV, you see all the commercials with everyone has big hair and it's all about flow. To an extent, it does tie in a lot to our confidence and our self-worth. None of my friends were going through the same thing. It was pretty harrowing to see what had happened to my hair at the age of 28. You're supposed to be feeling fine, and I was feeling more like George Costanza. P.S. Hannah has a crush on George Costanza, so it's fine. So what did I do to fix it? I started by going to see a specialist, and they diagnosed me with female pattern baldness. And yes, that is as unsexy as it sounds. It's basically a genetic condition that gets triggered by environmental factors. So for me, it was stress. They put me on a medicinal plan, which has worked wonders for me. And obviously there are side effects with that, which, like facial hair and all that lovely stuff. It's come a long way since 2 years ago. That's for sure. So if you're experiencing hair loss, step one, go to see a specialist. Other than medicinal plan, which I'm gonna be on for a long time, I'm also exploring PRP. It's basically when they take your own blood, they spin it around in a centrifuge to separate the yellow plasma good stuff from the red blood stuff, and they inject it back into your scalp in like 50 different spots. Instead of reaching the end stage of your hair's life cycle where the hair falls out, it basically tells your hair to reset back to stage one of the life cycle. The majority of people actually experience hair loss at some point in their life. So for me, it's a genetic condition. It might just be that you are low on vitamins. Postpartum, there's hair loss. Your iron levels are low. It can be anything really. Definitely goes to see a specialist and find out what the root cause, pun intended, and they'll be able to help you find a plan that suits you. There are some things that you can do at home, some products that you can use. So I'm gonna show you my babies. So let's start with scalp health. So one of the biggest things about hair growth is that you need a really healthy scalp. So it's kind of like when you have soil for plants, you need the soil to be healthy in order for the plants to grow. So I use Christophe Robin scalp scrub. It scrubs away impurities, dead skin cells that lie on top of your scalp so that your scalp can be fresh and healthy, and that way your hair follicles know that they can grow in a good environment. What else do we love? Shampoos. In my article, I talked about Kérastase Densifique. I ran out because it's so good. So now I'm using Hydra Fortifiant. So it's anti-hair fall fortifying shampoo. It does leave your hair really clean and voluminous, and it doesn't go oily instantly, which is really good. If you're looking for shampoo that is good for your hair, good for your follicles, and smells amazing, I can highly recommend Kérastase. It is a little bit on the pricier side, I think, but I love Kérastase. It's worth it. So other than Kérastase, I use Pureology Hydrate Sheer Range. This is really good if you have colored hair. It leaves your hair not only more vibrant, but also really hydrated. You probably shouldn't be dyeing your hair if you're going through hair loss, but my hair has kind of gotten to the point now where it is strong enough. And also I go to a salon that only uses Aveda. It's really kind and gentle on hair, so I don't get any reactions from it, and my hair feels really healthy afterwards. So I justify it that way.
That looks healthy.
Thank you. Pureology is a little bit more affordable than Kérastase, definitely. Next up is another treatment if you got blonde hair. Mr. Smith. It is my favorite blonde treatment because, again, when you have fine hair, it gets really damaged very easily. And when you're brushing it, it just tears. So Mr. Smith is like a purple blonde treatment, and it leaves it really hydrated, and it's vegan, which is really cool. Next up is, again, Pureology Strength Cure. So I put this on after I'm out of the shower because fine hair gets split ends more easily than other hair types. You put it on towel dried hair, and then you style as normal, and it leaves your ends super soft. So another treatment that I use, Kérastase 8 Hour Magic. You put it on before nighttime, just on the ends, and you go to sleep and you wake up with really, really soft hair. And again, fine hair and split ends just It's unfortunate, but it happens. So I find if I use Pureology Strength Cure and Kerastase 8-Hour Magic, I avoid split ends for longer. This one is a bit of a treat. It is a bit more on the expensive side. However, it is definitely worth it. And next up is a wide tooth comb. When you have thin hair, you can't really use a fine tooth comb because you'll pull it out because your hair gets really knotted really easily. So if you use a wide tooth comb, I find that it helps to detangle and not pull hair out. Next up, heat protectant. So important. Heat exposure really damages hair, but you know, you have to blow dry your hair sometimes. So I use the Aveda Damage Control. It's just really gentle on the hair. It smells great and it protects it from really high temperatures. As you can see, I'm not lying because there's nothing left in here. And last up is Aveda Sun Care, and it's got UV filters to help protect hair. With scalp sunscreen, you can't use normal sunscreen because, you know, it gets very oily and you end up looking like Gollum. Things you need to avoid if you're going through hair loss. Extensions. Just don't do it. Don't do it. Absolutely do not do it. It's so tempting to clip in a ponytail or to clip in extensions, but it's just in the long run, it is a lot of pressure to put on your hair. And if you're already experiencing hair loss, that's gonna most likely increase your hair loss. If you wanna be extra safe, avoid dyeing your hair in the very beginning. It's been 2 years since I started my treatment and my hair is strong enough now that I could treat it to a little dye. But yeah, avoid bleach and definitely avoid home dye, like box dye. It's not worth it. Don't brush it while it's wet because it's at its most fragile state. Avoid tight ponytails, like anything that pulls the hair and puts stress on the scalp and the hair. And use hats. Hats are good because it protects your scalp from sunburn, which I've learned. Just avoid the scalp sunburn. And if you have any suggestions, please let us know in the comments below. And let's keep talking about hair loss in women because it does happen just as much as it happens to men. Be kind to your hair, be kind to yourself. It is very normal if you are going through this. And don't be afraid to ask for help. Go see a specialist. Avoid the don'ts, do the do's. If you want more content on hair loss and hair thinning, let us know, and I'll see you next time. Bye! Bye! Bye!